Last episode, we talked about Nikola Tesla and how that man has created such a vision for people to follow in his footsteps with the inventions that help harness atmospheric energy, and that is very, very powerful. He took his idea from the pyramids, which we all know now are more than just tombs. These things were like instruments that transmitted energy from them. I believe that Tesla's inventions were supposed to be like the cogs that worked inside something like a pyramid that created this harnessed atmospheric energy and give off wireless electricity globally. That was his vision. Anyway, if you want to watch that episode, do that, which has then brought me on to something that I've sort of just naturally found, but now I've actually took it a little bit deeper, and that is vibrational energy. I've found that what is external is a reflection of what's internal. Okay, and we're going to go more into that on this episode. So welcome everyone everywhere to the Elite Thinking Club. I'm Chris, Jules, Julien. I'm joined tonight by my co-host Liz and Michael. You all right, guys?
I'm always good. You go.
Yeah, glowing. Liz, you're glowing. Michael, you're looking buzzing. Love the haircut. Yeah. All right. What's on the radar? Oh, shout out to the Nini, I see you. Shout out to Matilda, I see you, and Claire. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, I'm really, really excited about sharing what I know about vibrational energy and things that people can do to raise their vibration. Before I go, what's on the radar? What's been apparently happening in your lives for the last 2 years? What are you seeing, Michael?
So for a while, I've been wanting to bring this up a little bit, quite a lot actually. So it's the hate Mr. Beast has been getting lately.
Mr. Beast being like the number one YouTuber of all time and still reigning champ here.
Yeah. So when he's doing like good things, like he's giving shoes to people without shoes, eyesight to people, like he's did 1,000 corrective eyesight surgeries.
Yeah.
So instead of saying well done, people are saying, oh, he's only doing it for the clout and all this crap.
Turn your mic up for people at the back, Michael, because this is actually a really important topic.
That should be better. Let me bring posts as well.
Yeah.
So
and there's a lot of people casting shade on it, like saying you're only doing it for the views and the likes and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, which has, I mean, he's got 150 million followers now on his normal YouTube channel, so it's not like he needs the hype. But instead of many other millionaires, or he could potentially be a billionaire soon, instead of using all that money for him, he's then open his I can't say the word. Philanthropy. He's opened one of them. So all the money he gets from that goes back into the channel. So any hoodies, anything he sells on it, all the adverts, all go back into it. So he can help the fellow man. So he's getting shade for it. So he's getting people saying, oh, he's just doing it to look better. It's like, but if you look at a lot of it, it's all coming from other YouTubers that use their money for them. Mm-hmm. So I think they're just going, oh shit, we're looking bad. Oh, he's only doing it for this.
Yeah. So like, I mean, you can understand people, and because, it takes one to know one. If someone is of that nature, it's only because you recognize it, know where it came from. You may no longer participate in that nature. However, they're still there. And unfortunately, in this world, there are a lot of misunderstanding people who aren't where you are. So if you see it in them, it's only because you've been there, you've seen it, you've witnessed it, you've learned how to handle it, deal with it. But now you're in a state where you actually see the good that he is doing because you're in that state. Do you understand? You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are people in this world who still are wanting to get there. They don't know how to be there. And there's a lot of people who just want to voice their opinions now about the matter. And it's like, you're entitled to your opinion. Opinions ain't facts. Mr. Beast, I think you're doing something right. If there's a lot of people supporting you, like 150 million subscribers, then you've got to be doing something right.
Right. So that's on just one of his channels.
Yes. And also to the philanthropy side of it, like to be like keeping the continuous flow of that resource within the people. He's not hoarding it. Money is like manure. The more it's spread, the better it does. If it's all stockpiled in one big pile, that's a big pile of dung. That stinks and it reeks and it doesn't do any good. You know what I mean? So the fact that he understands that and he keeps it flowing, props to the man. Props to the man. So All right, shout outs to Mr. Beast and keep doing what you're doing because we're definitely supporting it. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Liz? What's on the radar right now?
On the radar. So, I think I've already touched on before on one of the episodes about the ridiculous ULEZ scheme that's been now extended through Greater London and Surrey and basically where they can add more tax and charge you. Sorry, my dog's just having a moment.
He's about the ULEZ as well.
He doesn't like Sadiq Khan, so he's kind of going for it. Anyway, sorry about that. Basically, what's on the radar is a guy had a landmark case. He had accumulated £11,500 worth of fines due to the ULEZ scheme policy, and he won his court case against the ULEZ scheme and Sadiq. Because basically the ULEZ signs are unlawful and it has been deemed unlawful by the court. So he's won his case. So I don't know if that's going to be very good for Sadiq moving forward with his expansion on the ULEZ scheme. So, and I just want to also say that I absolutely salute and stand by the amazing Blade Runners that are running around in London currently. And they are doing their bit to help the working people to make sure that they don't get zapped by these cameras and charged by these cameras. Your work is great. You're doing God's work. Keep it up.
I've been caught twice by them cameras already. So
hear that, Mike.
I stupidly thought the ULEZ was the same as what's the other one? Like when you go. Yeah, so when I went to Woolwich to pick up my stuff from camp, I thought it was in the same bound. So I drove my van in, didn't think I had to pay for it because it was outside the normal zone, and they got like £150 fine for it.
Disgusting.
So it cost me £150 to go pick up my stuff from camp.
Exactly. And people literally will be getting charged to go to work. People won't be able to afford it. It's going to break households. Yeah. So we've got to stop it.
All right. So that's to all the people that are stopping it right now. Liz, would you say they were Blade Runners?
Blade Runners.
Blade Runners, pick up yourselves. Freedom fighters. That's our freedom fighter Liz right there. Keeping our ears to the street. And yeah, it's a big salute. So I love that. And Michael, that sucks that you got 150 quid fine. How you're going to fight it? I don't know. But Liz, obviously.
Don't pay.
Well, I already paid. It was when I was leaving the army. So
okay. So
it was like the last day I went to pick it up. So I went to empty my room.
Yeah.
So the only thing I had big enough was a van. So I drove my van there, which I went to Enfield to my supplier to try and get some like food for something I was doing. I got caught there as well.
It does suck. I only because I haven't done it. I'm not. If you live it, you know it. Do you know what I mean? If you're impacted by it, you're the one who's going to be raving and screaming about it. But to someone who isn't affected by it, myself, right? I can only empathize. I can only imagine how it feels to get a note in the post saying, "Oh, by the way, you owe 150 quid." Because, well, to that guy at court, 11 grand. That must be.
Well, you pay them, and it just kept.
Hey, I'd be like, where'd you expect to get this one? Yeah, I pay road tax, I pay everything else. Like this thing here, I can't be having it. And I'm so glad that he did win his case because he is now, if you will, an example of just how people that are willing to roll over, lay down and accept, you don't have to do that. If you stand up and go through the legal system properly, you will most likely win because they are probably banking on you are not cognitively functioning the way you should in order to fight back. Which then brings me on to what I want to talk about.
I know. Before you do, we've got a comment on this.
Okay.
Michelle Walker on YouTube said, "This is why I had to quit my job. I couldn't afford to pay the ULEZ fee every day."
I'm so by fighting against it.
Yeah, I mean, there should be some things in place that. Well, Michelle, I hear you, I see you, and big up yourself. Thank you for the comment. We've got loads of comments on the TikTok. I'm really, really sorry about that. I've been trying to actively listening to Michael and Liz, but I will be keeping up with you. So let's go through a few as well while we're on these comments. Hi, everyone. Truth Seeker, I see you. Namaste, Nini, I see you. Shouts to the moderators. Becca, I see you. And everybody else. Right. Which brings me on to what I want to be talking about, like cognitive functioning, okay? This is obviously our biggest tool. This is what keeps us going. This is what we use to think with. Now, this can be influenced. The state of mind. If we combine the Holy Trinity, mind, body, and soul, that is what creates our feelings and vibes, okay? So today, I really wanted to talk about high vibrational energy and how we can influence our high vibrational energy. So going off of what I just said, the Holy Trinity, mind, body, and soul, I'm going to begin with what we have already highlighted in previous episodes, which is electroculture, atmospheric energy, which is free, the magnetic field of the earth, and the electricity going on. If you haven't done so already, you should watch that episode, because this is where it's all happening. It's all like it's just one thing after this, rabbit hole after rabbit hole. Then I found about Nikola Tesla. It took me down this plane. For those who follow me on TikTok, and people that know who I am and what I talk about, it wasn't only a couple months ago I was reading a book on quantum physics, which taught me a lot about atoms, particles, and how they react and what they do. And they obviously vibrate. These atoms that we're all made of, and all of the matter around us is made of, vibrates at such a high speed that it creates what we are experiencing, okay? So what we are experiencing, if observed, is matter, which is either solid, liquid, or gas. Now, when not observed, particles react as waves, okay? Hence why we have sound waves, because we can't see them, but we can hear them. And these are all the instruments that we have, which is our body. Now, for your body to be an optimal vibration working for you effectively in the best way it can, cognitive functioning, physical ability, physical feeling, you need to raise your vibration. But how? Okay, so I'm gonna go into that tonight. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments, or any comments on it, put it in the comments, or if you just agree with what I'm saying, let me know and we'll go from there. And listen, Michael, at any time if you feel like you want to say something about it, come in and say it. Because you know what I'm like, I'll just go. I'm in a roll. So in a roll, I'm on a roll. In a roll, yeah. I'm the hot dog. Right. I'm going to begin with what I've discovered as obviously matter. I'm going to talk about matter. So the physical, the solid, liquid, and gas. Someone said to me something before, and this is all a bit spiritual, and they say, what you are seeing externally is a reflection of what you are internally. Now, I always thought that was to do with state of mind. Never did it occur to me that what they were referring to is everything we are made of. So just for a second, I want you to not think about who you are. I want you to think about what you are. Reference what I just said about atoms and particles and how they act when observed and when not observed. Then what they can be as form-wise, matter-wise. So again, solid, liquid, gas. We are 73% water, okay? 73% water. Deep that for a second. This is obviously liquid form atom, which is you, all right? Stagnant water breeds germs, bacteria, and diseases. You know this, okay? Flowing water cleanses. It's clean, it's free-flowing, it's great, right? You understand that? So if you're 73% that, you should understand to raise your vibrational energy, or at least cleanse the body, which is one of the Holy Trinity, mind, body, and soul. Get in flow. Active bodies. You want to be doing this. You want to be taking in a lot more water, letting it flow in, letting it flow out, maybe sweating it, maybe tearing it, all of the way that our body weeps, gets rid of the water in flow. If you are in flow, happy days. That's why a lot of people who maybe not deep it as much love going to the gym. Or I say love going to the gym. They probably hate going to the gym, but when they go to the gym afterwards, they feel better. They're like, man, I flipping hate doing it. I love the way I feel after it. Yes, probably because you opened your sweat gland, you were sweating out the water, and you were actually moving, you were actively moving, which is creating flow state, which is a high vibrational thing to do, as opposed to sitting stagnant, doing nothing, and staying hydrated. That is the liquid form of things. If we talk about matter, we are matter. We are matter. I'm a physical being. I can physically see. This is what I am. So when it comes to vibration of matter, when someone says, man, you don't look so good, or man, I can feel your energy, you are glowing, that is because matter has to vibrate a lot faster, if you will, than liquid. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then for you to do that, it's the same principle. What is going on out there, what we're seeing out there is literally what's going on in here. Then I spoke about wave. Wave is also what we emit, or gas. Sorry, let's talk about gas. Gas is gas, which is a different form, which we all know we gas, right? We've got odors, we've got pheromones, we've got natural gas. Do you know what it is? I don't want to go too much into it, but that is what we are. So we are all of these particles vibrating that certain way. And now we know how to raise the vibe. Raise the vibe. A lot of people talk about music. They say, let's listen to some music, and let's raise the vibe, let's raise the energy. Because it's coming in waves, and it's a great way to influence how you feel. So that is one way. Raise the vibe, listen to good frequency music. Because if I could show you what music looks like, what do you think it would look like? Go ahead. Put in the comments, Michael Lee.
I think it would look like loads of like different shapes and waves and stuff. I don't even know.
I've got a top somewhere with it all on. So it's like a graph.
Exactly. So people say colors, people say shapes. I am understanding. I agree with you all. I'm also understanding that music is if visual geometric shapes. Do you know about geometric patterns, geometric shapes within the universe? Going a bit deeper here, you know what I'm like now. Yeah. If you put layer upon layer upon layer of these geometric shapes, which is sound wave, what it tend to do is causing, like you are seeing an image, which that image is particles that are vibrating that certain way. But because you're seeing it with your eyes, but you're hearing it with your ears, it's all, if you will, a language. And that language is on a frequency. And that frequency can be measured. Do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you want to raise your vibe, a lot of people do use music, but it's also everything to do with visual. So on that's that. I'm going to pause there. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, Charles? The next way to raise your vibe, and this is what's really started to come apparent in my life recently. So for all those that have been following me for a while, and all those that know me, you know, I've been vegan for over 6 years. How it happened, I don't know. It's just I got taught some stuff and I just continued with the journey, and it was all a gradual process. Recently, I've been changing my diet to raw vegan. I've really started to try cut out all of the, if you will, processed foods and just really go back to a great, good, organic, raw bowl. So for lunch today, I just had a big bowl with like spinach, beetroot, celery, carrots, tomatoes, cucumbers, mushrooms, and nuts, olives, and I put olive oil on it, and I put pepper on it, and I put paprika on it, and bang, that was my lunch. And I felt flipping amazing. Do you understand? Flipping amazing. Now, I'm going to deep the science on this. I think you know this, but me saying it might help you just affirm what you know. The sun is energy. Do we agree?
Yes.
In many different forms, light energy, heat energy, it's just a great flipping bit of energy. Now, the light, which is always up for debate, does it travel as a particle or does it travel as a wave? We can never really know, okay? Because it's light. It's like that mystical thing that we really can't really nail. I can tell you water is a particle. I can tell you, what I'm saying, but anyway, it's not a wave. It acts as moves as a wave, but it's not. Light, we absorb with our bodies direct energy. That is direct energy. We absorb it through our eyes, through the photons of the sun, and we absorb it in our skin. You know this, right? Mm-hmm. Stay with me. Just let me know. Yeah, cool. That's direct energy. Now, where we consume that energy from the sun is through the plants. So the plants receive that direct energy same way we do, but they obviously use photosynthesis to transfer the energy into the fruits and vegetables. That is now secondary energy. So if we imagine a food chain, for example, that secondary energy is very good for us to consume. We consume that secondary energy and our body converts it into what we need as the calories to burn. Do you get what I'm saying? Not only have the plants given us that energy from the sun, they've also added the nutrients that we need to sustain ourselves. The iron from spinach, do you know what I mean? The macro minerals in fruits and vegetables. You eat that, that's direct to you. You are absorbing that fully. Now, if I go a little bit deeper, the digestive system doesn't have teeth. Yes, the stomach does produce acid to help break down the food, but to absorb it would be like creating mush in your body. So your body can absorb it so much better and so much faster, and therefore you'll get it quicker. Hence why if you eat a light, nice, big bowl of fruit and vegetables, you will feel buzzing after and you won't feel as sluggish because your body isn't struggling so hard to try and digest it. You are getting that. And that, in essence, will raise your vibration, because as far as food chain goes, the further down the chain it goes, everything gets stripped as it goes, it gets diluted. And then by the time it's reached the end, it is low vibration. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's low vibration. Hence why we wouldn't eat what we excrete. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, I'm just let's get it clear, let's get it right. So let's follow the food chain. Why am I so passionate about this? Because I believe if you live it, you know it. And now I'm on this place where I'm understanding, right, food chain. If you take food that's already been processed and then you kill the animal that ate it, it's already absorbed the nutrients that your body needs. So you're getting diluted energy. So I'm just highlighting ways of how you can raise your vibration. The 5 a day is not a myth, and actually it's not enough. If you get yourself more and eat it raw, promise you, your body and your mind, your cognitive functioning will react very, very different, very, very differently. And I just wanted to highlight that tonight because I'm really, really passionate about it right now. Deep. Michael. Thank you. I love it. I really do love it. Liz, Michael, did you know this? Do you know this, or was it new to you?
Yeah, on the same wavelength. But there was also a story that came out today about that was released about how there is going to be a massive ill health wave due to the amount of processed food that the nation is eating. So you highlighting this, I literally read it just before I came on here, the article about it, and they were just saying that it's just massive. The whole process is not good for our well-being, and that it's causing huge amounts of ill health waves. So I 100% agree that it's all combined with the well-being, and it is important.
Yes. Another thing as well, which I know we've talked about previously, but I will keep on going on about it only because if I choose to ignore it, I'm not helping my fellow man. That's not how it works. You know that we've done episodes on alkaline diets and how Dr. Sebi was really, really passionate about teaching people how to cure themselves naturally with natural remedies. Didn't need to go to big pharma. You don't need to rely on them people there. So the body is built up on acid and alkaline balance. You know, it's a pH balance. It's 0 to 14, okay? Most omnivores who have a nice, healthy, balanced diet, and the key word being balanced, sit at about 7.5. That's because the foods that they choose to eat are a balance of acid and acidity. However, germs, bacteria, and diseases cannot survive in a host, which is you, because that's all we do. We host these germs, bacteria, disease, microbiome, all of that. They live on us. They cannot survive in an alkaline state. Hence why when you spray your work surface with Dettol or anything like that, it kills 99.9% germs, bacteria, and diseases. Pure alkaline. Now, I'm not saying drink Dettol. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, well, watch what you eat, because if you do choose to use the secondary energy from the sun, which is, plants, fruits, and vegetables, that is alkaline. That is alkaline. There's no two ways about it. So the more you consume of that, you're actually shifting the balance in your body to be more alkaline. Therefore, you are creating, if you will, an environment as the host that those germs, bacteria, and diseases cannot survive in. They do not want to be in you. They will pass you and your body will literally say, not good for you. They will not want to be in you. So therefore, everything that's supposed to be in you is in you and it can survive in you. Hence why I'm still alive, by the way. Pure vegan for over 6 years. I'm not dead yet. And it is doable. Now, I am not trying to push it onto you. I want you to understand what is happening. Like I said before, forget who you are. Let's focus on what you are. Once we understand what we are and how we function and what is good for us, cognitive functioning, I promise you, we will become so powerful up here, because it will start to happen down here, inside everything. And when that spiritual phrase, what happens on the outside is a reflection of what goes on the inside, trust me when I say things around you will start to shift. Organically, people who are no longer serving you will start to filter away. You will start to see opportunity that you will be called towards, and you will naturally have the energy to do. You will be able to manifest what you want so much more, because the mind, body, and soul connection, that holy trinity, works together. So if you're taking care of the body the way that you know how now, raise the vibration, understanding what you know. The next thing to work on, the mind, because you are in control. You are choosing self-love. You love yourself enough to turn around and say, I want to think for myself. I want to work for myself. But if you are eating low vibrational foods, listening to low vibrational frequency music, if you are not staying in flow, everything we've highlighted, this will not work. You will get brain fog. You will get a calcified lobe, and therefore you will not be able to see clearly. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got a question for you.
Your alkaline, the acid and alkaline. Dr. Sebi actually made a book, wrote a book about the alkaline diet and how that actually can help with ridding the body of cancer. So that's just wanted to put that in there, because the alkaline diet is well known for ridding the body of disease and illness. So that was a great that one.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Go on, Mike. We had a question?
A question. So someone's asked, why would it be different in meat to vegetables? Would it not be secondary in both cases?
No, because I understand what you're saying, and it's a great question. If you follow the chain of energy, follow the food chain, you have the direct from the sun, which we do get from the photons from the light in our eyes and in our skin. That's direct energy, right? You feel great after bathing in the sun for a while. The plants do the photosynthesis, which then create the fruits and vegetables that are secondary energy, but it's not even secondary energy because there's added supplements from the plants, like the minerals that we need. If an animal eats that, which is you are an animal too, you are getting that source of energy direct from the plant. However, once you've used that energy and it's in your system, your body's absorbed what it needs. Now, if you eat the animal, you are getting less of that direct energy. It's already used it. You get what I'm saying? It isn't that you are using high vibration, it's lowered its vibration. And I also want to put the emphasis on the body, okay? How long roughly does it take for the body to digest and then excrete what you've just consumed?
I think it's roughly about 24 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, so give or take exactly that. Give or take the individual is about 24 hours. Now, if I was to get flesh and put it on a plate in front of you and leave it there for 24 hours, and then put it next to a plate of fruits and vegetables for 24 hours, come back to it, what do you think has drastically changed about either bowl?
Well, the fruit will still be pretty decent. Well, very decent.
Mm-hmm.
Meat's going to already start breaking down.
Exactly. Most people would not choose to eat the flesh after 24 hours, but most people would still be inclined to eat the fruits and vegetables after 24 hours because they wouldn't have changed. Your body is keep harnessing that. It's keeping it in it for that amount of time. Yes, it's going through a process, but that process is still the same time frame. Now, if you believe for 1 second that the meat is not changing in that 24 hours outside the body as it does inside the body, then you're going to have to really pay attention to your logical thinking. And this is why this is even more important, because logical thinking is part of cognitive functioning. And in order for this to work right, correctly, that's why, as far as freedom fighting goes, they really do push this whole agenda on it's convenient food, but it's okay. It's low vibration, but it's okay. And all this and that. And I don't want to become that preacher, that guy that really tries to force it on, because I don't. All I want you to do is understand the logic, understand the science. What you do, I promise you will raise your vibe to a point where you will just see so clear that you love yourself enough to never go back. And all you want to do is help other people, because you'll get it and they'll get it and then we'll all get it. And it's like, right. Now, I want to highlight why so many of us are waking up back to this mind, body and soul connection. A lot of people have worked really hard at healing their souls. Now, it is deep, it is mystical, it's definitely for ETC after dark, but your soul is screaming, especially when we woke up because of the pandemic. We were too caught up in what was going on before that our souls weren't really being nurtured as much. Given that time frame, during the lockdowns and, that time, 2 years, a lot of people soul searched. A lot of people realized that what they were going through, we really, really recognized ourselves. We had a little connection with our spiritual beings. And I know that's deep, but it is true. And it was almost sad for them to have to go back, and they didn't want to go back. They were looking for alternate lifestyle change and all that, and I'm really, really for that. So congratulations. You connect all those three things, I promise you, you'll just be a powerful being beyond, you'll beam like the sun, quite literally, because what is external to us is internal to us. And I think I've talked too much. You know,
you were like on one, and it's good. I love it when that happens.
Well, I love you guys. I just can't hold back no more. I feel like we're stepping into this new place, and I feel like we've got voices, and we all should speak our truth. And don't be afraid to, and don't be ashamed to. There's going to be people who are going to either like and love what you say, and they're the people that want to hear what you want to hear. And there's others who may not be ready, but they're still listening, and they're the ones who are seeking you. And then there's others who are completely against high vibration because they have manifested a life and really worked hard to sustain themselves at low vibration. Hence why they built infrastructures in place, put systems in place that trap us in the low vibration. Therefore, they profit from it. You know what I mean? And it's up to us to say, no more, no more. However, if you're buying into the low vibrational world, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, you will not have the energy, the mental energy and physical energy. You will be exhausted. So you have no will to fight. So it isn't going to happen overnight unless something drastic happens, but it might, it takes years. And all I will say is increments, slow increments. You test it, use the basics, do water for a day, 2 days, 3 days, 7 days. Up your water intake, up your flow intake. Practice on that one element for now. See how it changes. And if it works, keep doing it. You're doing something right. Then implement something else. Let's talk about frequency of music. Why don't you change that music and then start listening to a different frequency? See what happens. See how your body reacts. Then after you've done that for a little while, think, you know what, this is fucking good, this. Yeah. Stimulate the senses. Light an incense. This ain't myth. This is real legit shit, like real magic. Light an incense. See what it does. Sage. You know what I mean? What does sage do? Have a little deep it, inhale it. And then
you say it doesn't happen overnight. Danny woke up one morning and just become a vegetarian.
Did she?
Yeah, I told you months ago she just stopped eating meat. And she's still, I think it's like 6 months now, she's veggie.
I love that. Because you'll reach a stage, yeah, for real, when the pain outweighs the pleasure, that's when people check out. Hence why I don't drink alcohol anymore. You know what I mean? Because I was having allergic reactions. They call them the hangovers. This is poison. It's allergic reaction. My body but I wasn't educated in that way. They didn't use those terms. They just called it a hangover. It happens to everyone. It's the norm. It's okay. It's fine. Now, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? In years to come, they will look back and just think, I can't believe we used to do that. I just can't believe we used to do that. Do you know what I mean? But we did. And it's the same with smoking. Growing up as a young boy, I'd play football on a Sunday and all the dads got together in the pub and we'd all just chill out in the pub. We'd play pool, we lads, and the dads would be dads. Smoke screen. Absolute smoke screen. You walk into Eddie's bar here and it is like a cloud of smoke. And we were just running through it like it was nothing. This day and age, to look back on that now and think, I can't believe we used to do that. We used to smoke like that used to happen, and it used to be on trains. It used to be on planes. We're in a stage now where we look back and think that was fucking crazy, and it was. It really was. Fast forward.
Yeah, when I go to another country and they're still smoking in pubs, it's like, it's weird now. Even though I grew up with it, I grew up walking in and just pubs having. Yeah, it's so strange now to have another place that's like inside smoking.
It is, isn't it? Now, I'm not against smoking. I understand that, in actual fact, I see it as a form of meditation. A lot of people use the cigarette to, have their moment of meditation where they inhale, exhale. It makes them very present, which is also a big part of the mind, talking about the Holy Trinity, mind, body, and soul. When you are present, it puts you in a state that isn't worrying about certain emotions that are associated with the past and certain emotions that are associated with the future. Unless you are in a positive state. If you're in a positive state of flow and energy and vibration, the past and the future are great because you'll reminisce on good times and you'll be excited about future times. But if you're in a low vibrational state, normally what tends to happen is you associate the past with fear and no, not fear. You associate the past with shame, guilt, and sadness, things that you did wrong. And then the future would be associated with fear, anxiety of what could happen. That's low vibrational thinking, but that's because you're in a low vibrational state. Promise you, once you raise your vibration and get to your higher state of consciousness, when you're there, awareness, you'll look at the past and you'll remember all the good things, and you'll look at the future and you can't wait to do those things. You're excited about it, and because you're in a higher vibration. So I really, really hope that what we're talking tonight resonates. You get it, and you're on the path. And I really look forward to seeing your results. Shout outs to Nini. I see you. Yeah, I don't know how or why I used to drink so much. My 20s is a blur. It's true, and it's to be honest, all right, in a system that indoctrinates the youth from young, we kind of don't know no better. Like, we're not educated enough. The school system did not teach me what I'm telling you now in the school system. Instead, it taught me a completely different narrative. And that narrative is to do one thing, to keep me in a state of mind or frame of mind or vibration that will serve the system that set it up for the rest of time. But because, luckily, I've been blessed in my lifetime with the internet and with the sharing of information from high vibrational people who are willing to do that and put their neck on the line to share it. Not just their neck on the line, put their life on the line to share it. Now I know. And now I suppose it's our mission to keep showing. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we are about in the Thinking Club. We're critical thinkers, and we're definitely digging deeper and deeper and deeper, and we're getting there. And I absolutely love it. And thank you for everyone tuning in. We've just gone over 450 subscribers on the YouTube, and we couldn't have done that without you. We started organically, and it's such a big deal for us because we've been going for nearly this is our 3rd year, and we're really, really grateful. Really, really grateful. And
it's getting very close to my toe.
Yes, it is. Exciting time.
39 left.
When we reach 500 subscribers, we'll be getting the Elite Thinking Club tattoo on his arm. So you want to help us get to that goal? Want to see Michael get that tattoo? We're getting there. It's getting closer, Michael. Yeah, man. Better start working on it.
I need to start finding a tattooist.
Yeah, that is important. I'm a big believer. I'm covered in it. So it's a really intimate thing. Be careful who you're allowed to touch your body and put their energy into you. Do you get what I mean? I know that sounds way out there, but I promise you it is like,
Well, I mean, the only one I've had, I got just randomly.
Oh yeah, the Lee Evans one.
It was like people that know me for ages didn't even know I had it.
I wouldn't have known in the Chateaus, did it? This?
Yeah, but you actually showed us as well, didn't you?
Okay, so Liz, Michael, is there anything else that you want to touch on before?
I'm pretty good.
No, I think I covered what I wanted to speak about this evening. So,
Lovely. Right. So in summary, then we talked about how the ULEZ is actually beatable. Someone has proven that it's beatable. Took it to court, won his case. Happy days. We also spoke about Michael. What was it you mentioned? I forget what it was now.
Mr. Beast getting shade for doing good things.
Exactly. How society can just really try and bring a good man down, but at the end of the day, if you've got more supporters than you have got haters, I mean, you're always going to be doing the right thing, and as long as you know your course. So shout out to Mr. Beast for that. And also I spoke about how to raise your vibrational energy once you understand more about what you are, and not worry so much about who you are. You already know who you are. Focus on what you are, understand how it works, and boom, we are there. We're not done already, just because we're going to talk about what's special about today. So we've been ending every episode on something special about today. So today, being the 28th of August 2023, I can't begin. It is Crackers Over the Keyboard Day. Did you know? So if you enjoy crackers and you work at a keyboard, you are, today of all days, you should be eating those crackers over the keyboard. It's crackers over the keyboard.
What? Where did you find this stuff?
It is what it is. So you can get the crumbs all over the desk. You can get them all over the keyboard. What happened is today's the day that is Crackers Over the Keyboard.
Oh, I think that's sacrilege to get any crumbs or anything over a keyboard.
No. You'll have to...
Especially when it costs you £100.
Fair enough. Next one is the Emirati Women's Day. So all the women from the United Arab Emirates, it's actually their day today, the 28th of August. So shout out to all the ladies from that side of the world. Very, very beautiful people. Next one is, it's a bank holiday, of course. It's the UK, it's a bank holiday Monday. Yes, that's special, isn't it? We get an extra day holiday, I suppose.
Well, I worked it, so not that special.
Oh yeah, not everyone. But
I was sorry, Michael.
yeah, sorry, Michael, I was off as well.
Well,
Special for 2 out of 3, I suppose, which is okay. It's also National Bow Tie Day. Didn't get the memo. If I did, I would have worn a bow tie today. National Bow Tie Day.
on that can just, you know,
Just sort of type this, can I?
yeah.
All right, you're gonna like this one if you're a pastry lover. It is National Cherry Turnover Day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? A cherry puff pastry. Today was the day. Don't know if you got the memo. If you'd got the memo, would you have bought one?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Any excuse.
Come on, Liz. She loves the cake. Right. It is also National Heroes of the Philippines Day. So the Philippine Revolution, what happened? They celebrate their heroes today for that. It is also National Power Rangers Day.
No. Oh my God. I used to watch that when I was a kid.
I did as well.
I love Power Rangers, yeah, for real. Cool. All right, let's stop.
Yeah, don't sing too much, we'll get copyright.
People will leave us, they'll unsubscribe, they won't even want to know. Birthdays. It is Florence Welch's birthday. So Florence Welch is from Florence and the Machines, the rock band, you know?
Yeah.
It's her birthday. Big band. I love, oh man, it's done his vocal, yeah, the game, you know, the rapper, the game.
Yeah.
Sampled on his Jesus Peace album, and it's just so powerful. But it's powerful because of her, not because it's the game. Her vocal is so flipping amazing. I was just like blown away. But yeah, big shout. It's also Jack Black's birthday, the comedian.
I really love Jack.
A bit of Jack Black. Nearly just sung "Go Power Rangers" in the comments. Go around Meanie. A1s love them. Also, Leo Tolstoy. Tolstoy, being the author of War and Peace. You know who he is? You do know who he is, I promise. The name must ring a bell.
Yeah.
Big writer. And it's also Roxy Roker's birthday. Roxy Roker, American actress. Also, Lenny Kravitz's mum. You know Lenny Kravitz?
Oh, yeah.
Lenny Kravitz, yeah, rock up. It's his mum's birthday. So, yeah.
Happy birthday.
I know we're more than his mum, but yeah, it's his mum's birthday.
Right.
And that is what is special about today. So I thought we'd end it on a high, and like we always do. And that's really, really good. So anybody, Liz, Michael, anybody, you got anything else to say that you want to mention on tonight's episode before we say goodbye?
No, I don't think so. But I think, can we put some links on the video to what you were talking about with regards to like the alkaline, and there's a really good book that Dr. Sebi wrote, which is The Alkaline Diet, and I think that would be really interesting if people could click on that and just have a look at it, just to kind of, it's worth it.
Perfect.
And a link to where to buy our cups.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. A shout out to our merch. If you want an Elite Thinking Club merch, you can get the cups that we drink from. Yep, okay. I'll put a link to that. No problem.
Literally with our faces on. I mean, why wouldn't you have them in your cupboard? Why wouldn't you be drinking out of them?
True, it's true. You could be at day one. You can have this and say, these guys, I've got these guys. These guys, they're going to be massive. So yeah, on that note, we are at 450 subscribers. So if you've watched the episode so far and you've really enjoyed it, you like how we are, the dynamic of us, hit the like, hit the subscribe. You know what to do. You know how to do it. Shout out to everybody that's been here all the time on all the episodes that we do. Thank you for your support. We love you very, very much. You know this. And look forward to the next episode. We don't know what it's going to be about yet. So obviously, whatever's on the radar, that's what we're talking about. And we'll always go in on the detail. So, guys, from me, Liz and Michael, Thank you so much, everyone everywhere. Peace and love.
Bye.